Всем привет, благодарный публик, с вами я, Роман и все такое. Мы пошли дальше вот такой пафосной походкой, но сейчас расскажу. Часть видео сокращу из-за того, что неудачное сражение было с некоторыми этими противниками, но не сейчас. Мне надо вот эту ОГГшечку прокачать более-менее. Но сейчас пока что об этом не будем говорить.
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay. We actually used the time to help Dainsleif get a room at the hotel.
That's very considerate of you. Now, I trust you share my curiosity about Rarier's past, and you seem fairly familiar with Mr. Dainsleif already. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation. He feels confident that these secrets will be safe with you.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you. It shows that you trust me to explain everything in due course.
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have been forced to help in the beginning, but this time, it was your choice.
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set in stone. After that, my only goal is to see it through. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rarier's thoughts again using my confidential method. Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this before on your travels, so you're surely well aware of how dangerous it can be. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together, and once inside, I will focus on searching for information. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment, tasked with keeping me alive while I'm under the surface. Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain absolutely silent at all times. We will discuss our... Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In it...
Well, good luck, everyone. Sounds like all Paimon can do is cross her fingers and root for you guys.
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While the rest of us are in the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder.
I second that. This is a dangerous operation here, and you're our whole rescue team. That's...
So, Paimon's like the lifeguard? Yeah!
Good. Please, take a seat.
So, did Mr. Dainsleif tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rarier kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they were the cause of his eventual downfall, but he's asked me to uncover what those secrets were all the same.
But surely you're not planning to...
If you think that, you'd be overestimating me. I'm a businesswoman, not a mercenary. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into Conrian history? No.
Well, as long as you don't let morbid curiosity get in the way of safety concerns, we're good.
You're such a killjoy.
I'm good to go.
All set over here, too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra careful.
All right. Let's close your eyes.
Так, с чего мы тут закончились? Ну, короче, опять воспоминания Ририра. Ну, конечно же, будем ждать, когда прогрузится это у нас все это. Предупреждаем. А часть воспоминаний Ририра будет недолгий поворот, потому что нет, тут все лег на кровати, тут он мне повернул случайно. Но не бойтесь, все будет нормально в большинстве части видео.
Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. Bookshelves, paperwork, files. According to Dainsliff, Rarier used to be an intelligence operative. Chances are there's plenty of top secret intel stashed away in this room. Is this where you keep your secrets, Rarier? Can't say I'm...
Так, надам ли игровую нефер? Ладно, вот это игровую нефер. Давайте посмотрим. Ну, это уже обычный дендром каталист. Обычный. Так, у нас я тут эти задания выполнил немножечко. Цишечку для Дилюка скоро получу. Так, заходим. Что-то у нас, как всегда, нефер. Ее ульта. С3. Это у меня Флинс. Помните, раньше он другого уровня, теперь 80 уровень. Вот такой у меня жесткий Флинс. Странно, мастерство стихии должно быть больше. Я помню, что было 303 единицы этих. Ну, мастерство стихии, а там 173. Странно. Ну, тут арта... Ну, это видно из-за действия вот этих... бонусов... Этих же... Ладно. У нас есть... Навыки. Вот ульту прокачал участки, наконец-то. Так, ГГшка, ну вот такой арт ты. 2 на 2, бонус на лечение, бонус повышение на ХП, чтобы... Нарцисси крейсер поставил, по приколу. Дальше, Дилюк, вот этот его меч двухручный, который я очень... не так уж давно получил, 5-звездочный. Его собираюсь прокачать. Ладно. Пошли-ка. 56 ранг, да. Это я за 4 месяца управился в игре. Представьте, те самые игроки, которые несколько лет играли и добились до 56-го. Тот самый я заспидранил всю игру. Ну, еще нам кисточку нефер была включена. Ладно, нажимаем эту кнопочку.
He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed.
Теперь надо нам сесть, походу, да, надо сесть, показывает. Сесть за стол и убивайте людей. Ладно, и зачеркивайте людей из списка. Вот нам список, режиссер, и пошел вычеркивать всех.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them, just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized. This one should be archived under purged targets. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized. Another one for purged targets. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Never mind. Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a neutralized on... Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. He barely even... Female, 16. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses neutralized on... Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. None whatsoever. She doesn't seem to be anyone important, but then again... Female, 13. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the neutralized and... Filed. Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has not been observed making any contact with other descendants during the past year. Pose neutralized and... Male. 6. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
Так, смотрим, что надо найти. Отыщите брата Даньслейфа? Что? Будем искать брата Даньслейфа? Не помню. А где? Ну, где-то вот здесь. А, вот тут проход. Ну, давайте посмотрим, куда это заведет нас сюда. И, походу, мы превратимся в Элегия. Ну, давайте пошли. Смотрите. Отыщите брата Даньслейфа. Ну, я просто проговорить его имя вряд ли смогу. Ну, ладно, пошли. Прогрузочка.
Mr. Vedafilnir?
It's Revere. I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just, I noticed you didn't even phrase that as a question. Tell me, does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions at all?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things. Things like your arrival.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dane to my wedding.
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such. It's a wish, isn't it?
No fooling a prophet, is there?
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good? Knowing...
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, it can be all too easy to succumb to fear and melancholy. You fear my silence, and long to hear the words I left unspoken that day.
That's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject, and the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to His Majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly. A king...
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still you would have me live in fear of the unknown?
You make a fair point. Especially given my silence alone was all it took to send you spiraling downwards. Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness. If happiness is what you seek, you should find another fiancé.
Так, смотрим. Тут у нас воспоминания то ли Дес, то есть жены нашей Рерира, если...
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Simple. It's because I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last? Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in your veins too.
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? The dynasty is long. You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I have?
Why wouldn't it be? You too were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much as a flicker of fury for the way we were trampled into the dust.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can try to persuade him. Or have him persuade the Vinster King.
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets? Over and over again? Or why we refuse to give up on restoring the dynasty? The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? Mark my words. Sooner or later, Conria will fall. And it will be his doing. If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch. It won't be long.
The Reir of Solnari. That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Rerir. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. And yet, is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should see, How can we go on pretending to be normal? Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. In the end, nothing stays hidden forever. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my power to protect what I cannot afford to lose. No matter who I have to face.
Так, пошли дальше. У нас показывают и очень странный шепот, еще что-то там. Еще жутко, чем дальше мы идем, чем эти окна закрывают. Жестко закрывает. Какой-то гигащат взял, хлопнул как хлопушку и закрыл нам двери. Это жестко. Думаю, замучились разработчики, делая так, что вот это все закрывалось. Опять воспоминания.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be. So many have died already, and they say that the king's madness grows with. We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Do we really deserve to die just because of the blood that runs through our... Felindis! Are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. You're talking about... He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it. It's been...
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic of a king? No one.
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all. But for now, you need to keep yourselves hidden. Don't let anyone... Don't forget that Rerir is an Eclipse operative. You need to be extra careful when he's around. And when I am too. For now, don't come looking for me. And if anything happens to me, just act like we've...
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have? But after all this time together, surely he wouldn't lay a hand on you.
I won't speak in his defense, nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. But I'll do everything I can to put an end to this. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape presents itself, take it. You'll be glad you took some spare change.
You call that change?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now. Please think about yourself for once.
Так, смотрим, что мы будем дальше идти. Так, мы должны куда-то вот сюда пойти. Посмотрим, что тут у нас. Опять сюда, опять в кабинет. Идем дальше. Что у нас? Нас ничего не ждет, но потом что? Ладно, кто-то с нами заговорил. Если что, это не брат Дайнслейфа. Это силы бездны, если что. По моей теории, то, что он зовет это Ририра, раньше Ририр думал, что это брат Дайнслейф, но на самом деле Дайнслейф, сам брат Дайнслейф сказал то, что ему тоже что-то похожее говорится в голове. И по моему мнению, это та самая сила бездны, которая у грешников есть. Это вина она их звала. Но просто никто не рассказывал, что им голову кто-то морочил. Так, будем продолжить дальше. Он опять говорит. Моя теория, что это сила бездны вызывала нас. Но не брат Лэнсли, если чего. Ладно, мы будем дальше пытаться.
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty, and I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Сложнее не становится, конечно. Ну, ладно. О, кошмар. Память. Память посмотрим.
Delindis, do you still remember Orlog?
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You spoke for quite a while, didn't you?
Yes, we did. What about him?
He was arrested 2 days ago. Chances are he's... I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you still stand by him? Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, that's not... Just hear me out.
I need to go now, Delindis. They're looking for us. If you ever need a place to hide, come find us.
Author Delindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours for experimental purposes. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic than anticipated. No progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you give me even a glimmer of hope? Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But if all this research comes to nothing, what then? But could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Так, биноклик он нашел загасили того самого, который в первой части был самым начальный, по сути, той самой, где была страна, которой нет. Показывали его. Вот он, этот Орлок. Так, так хочется ему вместо Орлок называть Ларгон. Вот так вот ассоциируется мне Орлор. Ты хочешь жить дальше? Спрашивает Рейриер. И он исчезает, как и все остальные. И мы вот так должны похос найти. Идем дальше. Идем дальше. Дальше. Опять наш Орлок или Лакон. Да, я хочу жить. Говорит наш Орлок. Неужели это не просто... И то, что они из династии этих Алой Луны, то есть древние предки древних королей, которых раньше правили. Хочешь жить дальше? О, я тоже хочу жить. Он, короче, из-за приказа короля ему это приходится делать, а так он бы не хотел это делать. Сейчас сзади нас появится... Дверь не откроется, потому что сзади нас появится Ди. Вот. Все они. Все, которых пришлось убить, потому что они были связаны с династией Алой Луны. А тут я задумался, куда мне идти, потому что я уже сбился с пути. Короче, идем сюда. Видео, конечно, будет 1 час и 3 минуты, по моему мнению. Ладно. Уже пошло.
No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Wait. Delindis? No. Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? It can't... A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. I see it now. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up. But in the end... Irminsul. Finster King! How far are you going to take this? From the direct... Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? Will you not rest until everyone down here is dead? No. This cannot go on.
Так, ребята, мы уже увидели. О, сундучок, ребятушки, сундучок. Потом у нас появятся те самые, ну, шахматы. Ну ладно, я немножко заспойлерю. Да, у нас появятся шахматы.
You're really letting me go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But... If you let me go, you won't be able to complete your mission.
Good point. In that case...
No, please! I just want to see the outside...
Go on living?
Yes. I know you're a man of your word.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you do.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifalnir. What are you trying to do? Break me down?
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon Thalindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now I know exactly who... He won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me like a puppet. Tell me then! What will this moment of And... no answer. He's like a ghost. Always disturbing me when I'm on edge, but never answering when I need him most.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seems like it was all connected to the Vinster King's research. The King's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. No wonder every aspect of Rerir's life was so unstable. And it looks like this Thalindis, Rerir's would-be fiancée, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the Crimson Moon Dynasty's descendants. It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, they might have gone on deceiving each other for the rest of their lives. And why does Vedifalnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? This guy kept more secrets than I ever imagined. The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something a bit more creative. We've been inside Rerir's mind this whole time, building up a picture of his psyche. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction, part simulation, part reasoning, but it's usually pretty accurate. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir has really been hiding.
Rerir, are you there?
Так, нам
Сейчас
дали
нам
вот
покажут
сыграть
объяснение,
шахматы,
как
для меня
играть вот
будет
эти
трудно,
шахматы.
просто
Мы
управление
поиграем в
очень
эти
неудобно,
шахматы,
это очень
сделано.
сделано.
Мне
Еще мне
просто
кажется,
трудно понять,
сейчас,
где
конечно же,
управление
тут
было
видео
немножко,
заранее озвучиваю, но вот сложность, конечно
погибать
же,
я
очень
тут
трудная
немножко
для тех, кто
разбираться
не
пошел,
понял
как
с
это всё
управлением.
работает.
Иногда буду погибать
И вот
из-за того, что
надо
не понял
выбрать
до конца,
точки,
как
где
управление. Ну вот, из-за этого я не понял до конца управления. Вот из-за этого, что не понял управление до конца. Это бывает такое, будет такое, короче. Сейчас мы дойдем. Нет, не дойдем, мы ее подвинем. Так. Сейчас должно в этот раз сработать. Да, сработал. Догадался наконец-то. Сейчас начнется.
Hey, Rerir! Come out, it's urgent!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've met up with the others.
Okay. I'll come.
All right then, but make it...
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever this...
Так, ну вот, короче,
опять
все
эти шахматы,
началось,
шахматы.
пошли дальше. Вот тут такой сложность будет, потому что я еще до сих пор там не разобрался с управлением. Вот объясняют, как у нас
Ладно, будем
это будет
продолжать
работать.
дальше.
Мы должны,
Видео,
конечно, будет
дойти
дойти до
но
этой
вот
пятерочки.
третья
Часть не так уж
Сначала
долгая.
надо с
Становится, как говорится, самое интересное в третьей и в этой части. Потому что я сократил это видео, оно должно вообще на больше часа и 30 минут. Но здесь я решил сократить неудачи, потому что там волки были. Я немножечко... Сейчас мы... В третьей части там удачно не из-за того, что я подготовился хотя бы наконец-то нормально, не из-за того, что надо пойти в то время сюда, потом назад, потом сейчас опять назад. Наконец-то тут в этом видео, который я догадался, как, блин, сидел, потому что я просто, если честно, это заранее видео заснялось, а вот третья часть это уже озвучка. Самое прикольное это то, что разобраться с управлением. Сейчас начнется интересное.
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can speak face to face in broad daylight, I say that's a big step forward for our dear Conria.
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day. Why would we seek refuge in the night?
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefers the cover of darkness. The word on the street is that Sir Delogi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a fair fight could explain that.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible. Assuming I have your full support in my research.
Lunatic. Robtatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsliff, of course. He invited me. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king, and I can assure you he affords me no greater convenience than he does you.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment, and by far the most favored among the 4 pillars of Conrad. Vice President Veet.
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such an extremist, I hardly think I would have received a senior post at my age. Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as for Efterveet, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life, it comes with pros and cons.
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course. I'm pleasantly surprised that you remember me.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have a very good reason for convening this little gathering.
It's my brother, Vedalfenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him blinded in both eyes and thrown in prison.
Vedalfenir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him and Heroptatir more than anyone else in the world. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which is as clear as day to anyone paying attention. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedalfenir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Conria.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedalfenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore—
You've been planning this for a while.
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedalfenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
So, Vedalfenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, that is deeply troubling news. The extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. The question is, how does You have noble ambitions, Dane. But I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me. I'm not interested.
A letter of pardon? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the Crimson Moon. This black fog over the board must have some connection. Another mystery I'll need.
Мы поняли, куда надо дойти. Короче, вот сюда нам надо. Еще вот этих ребят ждать. Ну, нам объяснили как. И теперь будем разбираться, куда все пропало. Блин, ну как всегда я, конечно, подохну из-за того, что я до сих пор не помню с управлением. Ладно, ну тут единственное, что я могу сделать, Но здесь не получится, ну, потому что я понял, как работает это, потом я убиваю его, дальше прямо, добываю эти 4, 2 шага, нет, дальше иду прямо, или обратно же пойду, силы не равны, обратно вины иду опять к шестерке пошел прямо, убил, называется, пошел прямо и дальше, и опять, ну ладно, продолжим дальше смотреть, как я пытаюсь выжить и не сдохнуть, потому что это шахматы, вот такие необычные способ шахмат, это вообще очень. Да еще в таком угле. Мне вот прям неудобно было разбираться, где есть что. Еще что. 3. Вот здесь у меня была тотальная ошибка. Да, вот здесь я уже. Ну сейчас начнется интересно.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly, it serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, opening the gateway requires a specific power source, which the relevant literature indicates. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. Currently, the total power output of our instruments remains in the single digits. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal energy research, which has stymied. This is not a wise move. I have always maintained that placing all our hopes in a single source of power is risky, especially one as poorly understood as this, as well as making ourselves overly reliant on a single resource. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But as a moon, if we really made it there one day, what?
Вообще локация меняется. Будем смотреть дальше. Так, локация изменяется, и нам нужно пойти туда, куда нам покажут, к следующему источнику воспоминания. Да, вот этому. И тут я тоже забыл, потому что... Вот он... Здесь очень будет думать, я тут думал, как вот все это сделать, чтобы еще не сдохнуть. Наконец-то до 5 дошел. Пошел убивать. Вот самое главное не попасться вот сюда. Ну или просто пойти сюда. Воспользуемся одним ненужным ходом. Да. Я пошел с другой попытки, с другой стороны. И сдох. Ну, как всегда, сдох. Что еще можно ожидать чела, который не привык только к графике? Ну, нет, не графике, а самим управлением. Таким прошли убивать челика. -1. Надо было назад пойти. Все, теперь у нас 5 есть. Пошли его. Потому что 6. Туда. Сюда. Сюда. А потом пошли дальше. Дальше куда? Вот там, где удобно будет. -2. Сюда. А теперь сюда. Обратно. И возвращаемся ради 6. Идем туда. Сюда. Сюда. 3 стала. 3. Даже не изменилось ничего. И пошли дальше. Вот к 3 идем. И воспоминания.
This is for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with your parents.
The Lindis. Did you?
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual, but he slept pretty well, so I'm guessing whatever he did was a good deed. You never saw him, and I don't know what he did. And this conversation never happened. You want—
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just a normal guy who happens to run some errands for the king.
Are you scared of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you all describe. Logically, I should be scared of him, but enough about that. You should get going, and be careful with the package I gave you. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
What's in?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future, everyone will be able to see a red moon.
A red moon? You mean our moon?
That's right. Our moon. Promise me you'll look—
I promise, the Lindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. It's light, no matter how long it takes.
Так, ладно, понятно. Мы дальше должны пройти эту, сказать, карту к следующему пункту назначения. То есть к следующему, то есть входу, которым нам нужно пройти вот с этими челиками. Мы должны дойти. Это будет немножко нетрудно, потому что я немножко догадываюсь, как все это сделать. Потому что наконец-то привык к управлению. Вот уменьшить смертей я буду делать, конечно же. Тут не получится победить из-за неравенства. Тут тоже. И нам приходится думать, куда, что, где, как. Ну, это потом, может, что враги стали сильнее, как говорится. Мы можем пойти вот так. Это должно схватить у нас. Да, схватывает у нас, чтобы пойти дальше. Потом дойти дальше. И дальше, и дальше. И вот победить вот одного из них. У нас хватит. Самое главное дойти. Доходим. Тут. Так, сюда. Идем туда. Нет, не получится. Нам нужно оказаться. Вот из-за этих штучек мы возвращаемся сюда. И идем по другому пути. Нет, у нас не схватит. Вот тут, блин, я здесь задумался. Я очень сильно думаю, что как здесь все сделать. Вот, сейчас побью это и сдохнем. Надо было вернуться. Дальше мы бы пошли дальше. Я тут очень сильно задумался. Да еще и управление такое неудобное. Но еще врагов 5, 6. Ну, то представьте меня, откуда возьмется 7 очков, которых в игре еще даже нет в этом прохождении с шахматами.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to—
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed all of—
If you have any love left for justice in your—
It's showtime. Dane and his group, my job is to stay safe.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade. It is time for justice to prevail.
Так, наша теперь задача это спасти брата Дайнслейва. Надо пойти вот сюда и спасти нашего брата Дайнслейва, брата старшего брата Дайнслейва. Ну вот, карта изменилась, теперь мы должны пойти дальше. Вот. Джек меня рычит. Ладно, пес у меня тут зарычал. Пошли дальше. Берем вот эту пятерочку. Проходим. Убиваем. Обратно к пятерочке видно. Или нет? А, нет, обратно. Я вот подумал. Так, пойдем дальше. Нам нужно дойти до троечки. Да, я тут, значит, догадался. Тут просто я забыл, что там я делал. Прохождение давно заснял это. Так, 4. Дальше. Дальше что я тут буду делать? Пойду сюда, получу 6. Бил чела. -4. -3. -2. -1. Не получится дальше пойти. Я комбатнусь там, где остановился. Пойду сюда. Получу так. Возьму 2. Пройдусь. Раз. Получится. 2. 6. Идем дальше, значит. Идем так, дальше. Получаем 4. Проходим дальше. Вот видите, вот это там чилька. Это брат Дайнслейфа.
This place is filthy. Found you. Hello, Mr. Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at just how unfairly this world responds to words of earnest remonstration.
I'm curious.
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word of warning. Someone had to say it. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that if he continues on this path, Conria...
But he didn't listen. Worse still, he stabbed you in both eyes and locked you away. Dane asked for my help. The court is in complete chaos now, but I'm sure you predicted that.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. Yet I am power... I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future is nothing more for him.
Forgive my curtness, Vedafulnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting his fear and suspicion. There are things the king does not want to see. So, he doesn't want you having vision.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power to see the future.
Until what?
Just now.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways.
I sense hatred in you. But also that this is not the end. There are many men of honor and courage in this world, Rerir. But you are not one of them. You're not here for justice, are you? You're here for yourself. Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the polearm? It was always your weapon of choice.
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an enemy of me right now.
Of course not. We're on the same side, aren't we?
We could be. But I need you to be honest with me, Vedafulnir. At this point, you're my only hope for the future.
You mean your future? With your beloved, Thalindus?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, a nation, maybe the entire world. But forgive me, I care first. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future than I. You see the solutions to the biggest problems of our age. So tell me!
In matters of fate, that is the cruelest thing about fate.
That can't... I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to seek more power, so I can protect... You show me disaster, but you...
My voice? In your head? So, you hear it too? The voice that steals your mind, gains... It turns out that we are not so different, you and I.
Vedifalnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life, as if he'd discovered some monumental secret. But then he said...
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. Whatever trials and tribulations you may face, be steadfast in the belief that for as long as you live, your story with Thelindis shall not come to an end. It is up to you whether you believe my words.
I will hold you to...
Thank you for setting me free.
Just then...
If I were you...
The Universitas...
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon.
Whatever Vedifalnir said, I didn't catch it.
Pam 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 пам 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 пам. Ждем загрузочки. Вот осталось немножко, и здесь, я думаю, скоро закончим. Следующая третья часть выйдет потом. Здесь я даже не догадался, что сундук передо мной стоит. Короче, тут появятся боссы. Тут нам даже моего Флинса, Делюка-Люка сейчас кидали, который у меня в отряде был. И вот только что решил взять и получить люлей от этих монстров. Ну да ладно, ничего страшного получу. Ну хотя бы поиграть за Флинса можно. Флинс жесткой гачный. После 2 перса он получает бонус. Бонус к чему? Бонус, конечно же, лунному заряду. Лунный заряд у нас. Добиваем всех этих тварей. И потом забираем сундучок. Но нет. У нас начинается разговор.
Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't!
That sounded like an explosion. What other means does the king... And given it's a major center of abyss research, anyone over at the...
Вот здесь началось нападение. Мы немножечко уберем монстриков, которых у нас тут были. Конечно же, заберем сундучок. Мы уже забрали этих монстров. Тут еще следующий монстр, но это будет на следующем видео, потому что видео у меня чересчур большое стало. Да больше, потому что я часть немножко обрезал. Ну ладно. Короче. С вами был я, Роман. А я с Кирилла пошел убивать их.